live now? Okay. Let me just check on my end. Okay, looks like we are. Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome to the 15th episode of Gotta Spotlight with Liaserenityrose. I'm your host, Leah, and I have my amazing co host here, Naze.
Amazing, huh? I appreciate it.
And we are going to be doing a Q&A with the popular MC Voices.
Well, I don't know about popular, but hey, thanks for having me on.
Ah, oh my gosh. I have been wanting to do a Q&A with you, MC. And and
I've been
to
wanting to do a Q&A with you for quite some time.
oh, all right, let's get started on this Q&A. So here's my first question for you, MC. How did you get into voice acting and how did you become interested in voice acting and what inspired you to pursue this actually?
I'm not exactly sure what first got me into voice acting. I think my earliest experiences with watching people voice act was watching behind the scenes of Veggie Tales and watching Phil Vischer, Mike Naraki, and all these people doing different voices. And it didn't click to me until a long time. It's like, all these people, these few individuals did all these different characters? And, and and for like years, I would watch behind the scenes videos of people doing mm, particularly animated films, watching people doing voice acting, and it looked pretty fun. It wasn't the main thing I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to be like a Disney Imagineer, an animator. However, as time went on, voice acting seemed more and more like something I really wanted to do. And then I remember going to Star Wars weekends in 2015, and James Arnold Taylor had his show Obi-Wan and Beyond, a Star Wars related version of his live show, Talking to Myself, where he did explain what it was like to be a voice actor and did all this stuff. And that's when it really clicked on me. I was like, this is what I want to do.
Mm,
Nice.
very interesting.
Took me like 6 years to finally get started, but hey, here we are.
Never too late to start.
Yeah, that's never
Indeed.
too late. I always love asking this question because everyone has like different background on how they get started in terms of voice acting. That's very interesting. All right. Naze, do you have a question for MC?
Yeah, actually, I do. Um, MC, I actually teach voice acting, so I've got a lot of students who are just getting into the field. A few of them are blank slates, a blank canvas, and I wanted to know if you can give any advice to anyone who wants to be a voice actor who's just trying to just start getting into the field.
One of my main tips is just get started. Like, just get a recorder and just start recording yourself. It's going to sound terrible at first, but that's why you practice. Just keep practicing doing your voice over and over and get used to how your main voice sounds, how your normal voice sounds. Sure, you can do all these different voices, but until you can get comfortable with your normal voice, you aren't going to get comfortable by hearing you're doing all these other different voices. And remember to, it's not just doing a voice, it's being a character. Because at the end of the day, voice acting is acting.
Yes,
And that's why I also recommend like going out to participating in local theater or in community theater, trying out for a drama team, taking part of a club of your school, or basically just getting your foot in the door with acting. And basically, yeah, just get started like that.
yeah, I agree. I think just jumping head in and just going for it is probably the best way to actually get started. Nice to know we share the same sentiment.
Indeed.
Mm, that's some great advice. Like
It
all of
really is.
yeah, because like sometimes it's like you just gotta go for it, you know,
Yeah,
and it's pretty much like you gotta keep practicing. It's pretty much with anything, you know, like you just gotta
agreed.
practice to, you know, and of course you have to figure out your vocal range too, if anything.
Oh,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
And And also, you're gonna mess up.
Oh
Mess ups
yes,
happen.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's yeah. All right, here's my
Another
next.
thing I should
Oh yeah,
bring
go
up
ahead.
is how I got started doing voice acting. Well, I've actually always really been good at doing different voices, even as a little kid. Like my dad says, when I was a toddler, I would do it perfect. I would watch VeggieTales and do a perfect imitation of Larry the Cucumber.
Oh.
Oh, that's
I can
adorable.
do a pretty good Larry Cucumber these days.
Like once I hit puberty, it kind of messed up my voices for a while, but eventually I got back into the swing of things.
Mm, that's so interesting. So
It really is.
so basically your dad pretty much saw the potential that you were doing it at a very young age, like imitating the voice of the character.
Hmm.
That's so interesting.
It is. And kudos to him for seeing that in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's very amazing that at such a young age you already started to imitate, mimic voices of a character already, and they're like, your dad already saw the potential, like, oh wow.
Hmm.
That's
I wouldn't get the words right, like being a 2-year-old, but I would get the
yeah,
voice like nailed down.
yeah, yeah, that's totally understandable. That's totally understandable. Ooh, okay. Here's my next question for you, MC. Like, what got you into the Sonic franchise?
Actually, it was big thanks to my kids' church back in the day. Like when I was entering in the grade school era, and part of the kids' church, they had this video game console. Back then was the GameCube, and they had Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on there. I didn't really get into it at the time. I was mainly focused on other things, and they didn't play it that often. And they only played the multiplayer and not the story. But a few years later, they ended up revamping all of their video game consoles. So they had a Wii, an original Xbox, and a PlayStation 2. And they had games like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Sonic Riders, and the Sonic Mega Collection Plus. And it just and that's when I really started noticing these characters, and they actually had compelling stories. I didn't understand them at the time, but but at the same time they intrigued me. I actually started going on the internet, which was pretty rare at the time. But I started looking up at how all these characters worked, and I actually began watching the cutscenes to Sonic 06, not knowing that it was hated at the time. It was just saying like, "Wow, this is a pretty cool Sonic." I thought it was like a movie at the time, and,
Mm.
and I never finished it. I know, I only saw the Sonic story cutscenes, and I never finished them. So for the longest time, I thought Silver was a bad guy.
Mm.
And I also saw a few episodes of Sonic X, namely the episode where that introduced Helen, where Sonic takes Helen to the Sea of the Flowers on the top of the hill. He rejects a dinner with the president, and that was really what eh, grabbed me into Sonic as a character.
Ooh.
And
Very.
then I kind of once 2010 hit, and I graduated from elementary school and went to middle school, went to the youth group. They didn't have video games that much, so I kind of lost interest in Sonic, though I did still have a respect for him. And it wasn't until 2019, once the first movie trailer hit, yes, that one with the ugly Sonic,
Oh, it was beautiful.
yeah, where I started really noticing Sonic more. And my brother Jay Clemens, who is also a voice actor on my stuff, like he voices SBO, Omega, Bean, Adult Tales, and other characters. uh, He is like, "Hey, I started watching the cutscenes to all these Sonic games on YouTube." I was like, "You can do that?" So I started watching them, and I started finding out the stories, and and also watching all the episodes of Sonic X, and I was hooked. And
Mm.
then and then later that year, I ended up on YouTube, I didn't look at fan content because I remember back in the early days, most of it was trash. My earliest memories of it was trash anyway. But then I watched ended up watching an animation by Belina Productions, which is that had just come out. It was called Sonic and Camping Chaos, and I was amazed. I was like, a fan did this? This is amazing! And I started watching more and more fan content, and basically there was no turning back after that.
Oh wow. That's that's really cool that Belena like really
Yeah.
inspired you. Like because Belena Productions is very huge in the Sonic fan community in
Oh
terms
yeah,
of
for
like
good reason.
hmm That's really cool that like in a way they Belena like inspired you where it's like, oh wow, like this is actually really great fan content.
Mhm.
And ooh, looks like I see a question in the chat. Question for MC. This is from the underscore prankster dubs. What's the best joke you ever witnessed or been a part of? Can't wait to hear your response.
Hmm. I'm not entirely sure.
It's a unique question.
Uh-huh. Is she talking about like in the Sonic fan base or in general?
That's a great
That's
question.
all. That's a good return question.
Yeah, prankster. Are you talking about like in general or in the Sonic fandom?
These are
Because
important to know.
yeah, because it sounds like it's a general question because it's not literally saying anything Sonic related, but maybe you can answer for both, maybe?
Yeah, probably. If you can.
Hmm. Funniest jokes I've seen. Definitely for Sonic, probably a bunch of the April Fool's videos I've seen and have actually produced.
Mm.
One of the most interesting joke stories in general, I think, is years ago. My dad was coming home from work one day. My mom and brothers decided, well, on April Fool's Day, actually, my mom and brothers decided to play a prank on him and saying one of my brothers got in trouble for her beating up a kid and on the
Oh.
Oh,
playground. And when he was taking him up to punish him, we all yelled, April Fools!
classic.
Oh wow. Very interesting answer. Ooh. Naze, do you have another question?
Yeah, sure. So, MC, what exactly is your favorite aspect of being a voice actor? What is it that you enjoy the most about doing this?
Probably
Ooh.
bringing different characters to life and telling stories.
Oh, yeah. That's a
Mm.
good answer. That's a really good answer. There's
Yeah,
no wrong answer.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I like that answer because isn't it like you are pretty much creating a story with, with your voice, you know,
Absolutely.
like especially for like very complex characters, I think what you said really brings up a great point. Like you are telling a story through your voice, while you're voicing the character. You're creating that story and I think that's like very beautiful and why voice acting is very beautiful in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay. Here's my next question for you, MC. Are there any professional voice actors who inspired you?
James Arnold Taylor is definitely one of them. I also have to say, like, people like D. Bradley Baker, Rob
Nice.
Paulson, and Jim Cummings. And obviously, the ones from VeggieTales, Phil Vischer, Mike Naraki.
All
And
great
a bunch of
choices,
others.
Mm-hmm.
especially James Earl Taylor.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like
That's one I gotta meet.
Hmm.
he is a master at his craft.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I briefly got to quote unquote meet him what at during that time where as I said, where we went to see a show at Star Wars Weekends, because we were waiting in line to see the show, and he actually came out in line and to tell people where to go. Oh, like helping people get ready for the event, get ready for the show. Oh, and
Ooh.
like taking pictures with people and everything. And during that time, as he's coming over, my parents didn't have their phones on really on hand, so I couldn't get a picture with him. They were getting them charged. However, I was able to go, "This is the line you're looking for," in my best Obi-Wan impression, and he turned my way and went, "Yes, exactly."
Oh,
Awesome.
that's awesome. You at least you caught his attention. That's
And he
really
also kind of gave me a shout out on his YouTube podcast when he read one of my questions in the comments.
wow.
So that was pretty cool.
That's epic.
that that's cool.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. As a big Star Wars fan myself, I am jealous.
And then and then earlier I'd actually done it like before I really started getting into Sonic fan content into my channel. I'd done a few videos. One of them was as my basically a tribute impressions video of me doing impressions of James Arnold Taylor's characters. And shortly after he had read my comment, I took a risk and I went to the comments of that video and I put a link to that video in the comments of his podcast, and just a few minutes later, I saw that he had commented on my video saying, "Well done."
Oh.
Okay.
One of the
I
highest
am
amount of
very
praise
jealous.
I've ever
now.
gotten.
Now I am very jealous. But awesome for you, man. That's terrific.
Thanks.
Yeah.
In fact, the reason I have my current microphone is because he had promoted it in one of his videos, the SE Electronics.
Ah.
That's cool. That's very cool.
For sure.
Naze, do you have another question for MC?
Yeah. Big fan, by the way, of your projects and your work. I really am.
Thanks.
But was there ever a project that you still did it? It still got completed, but for whatever reason, things were just not clicking. Either some obstacle got in the way or it just was taking forever. Anything like that ever happened to you? Or is it mostly just a smooth sailing ship? And if it is, fantastic.
Well, there have been plenty of videos where I like put my heart and soul into them, hoping they would be successes, and they only like turn out a few hundred, like a few thousand views and stuff like that.
Been there. I've been there.
Very far.
But you still saw it through and completed it.
Exactly.
It's
Like,
good to never give up.
One of the most aggravating ones is for my last birthday, I put out a dub based on RG issue 25, where Sonic encounters Metal Sonic for the first time.
Yes.
It was a great dub and all that. But then it got copyright claimed because it included the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog theme in the credits.
Oh man.
I ended up deleting it and re-uploading it with a new song in the credits, which really hurt my views.
Oh, that's unfortunate, man. That really is.
Yeah. Yeah, copyright.
There's not much you can do about that.
Yeah. That's totally understandable. Ooh, okay. Here's my next question. Tell us your experience of being a part of the Sonic Revolution voice cast and how it has helped in your voice performances.
It has definitely helped a lot. And getting to work with all these very extremely talented people, getting to play off of them, it's really helped me out in my voice acting.
Nice. Have you do you feel like when you participate in the character panels, has it helped, have you felt like you improved on your character voices because of the Rebel panels?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's a confidence boost being in those panels and voicing a character and doing
Yeah,
things like that. It boosted my
absolutely.
confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Nice. Nice. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. In any of the Sonic Revolution panels, did you have any favorite panel moments that you found memorable or funny?
Oh, where do I begin?
Oh boy.
Like the recent one we did with them reenacting the Disney movies, that was a
Ah,
very fun one.
it
E-
was. It really
Especially
was.
the Hakuna Matata one, the
Oh,
Lion King thing, where Corin and Inventor Miles and I got to record the song ahead of time, and then we played it live. And the transition Cindy did was just flawless.
It really was. You did a great. All of you did a great job with that song cover, by the way.
Yeah,
yeah.
thanks.
Ah, yeah, that's so you're basically referring to the Sonic at the Movies 2 Disney edition one. That
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a blast.
nice. Yeah, that one had like a lot of memorable and funny moments, like
Uh, yeah.
especially when the audience were put in the director's chair and then they had to cast the characters.
Uh huh.
That's where it got pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
And
For
then
better or for worst. Looking at
Trust
you,
me, I know.
Gabby.
but that's great that you love that was like your most memorable one.
It's a good
That
one.
yeah.
Of course, there are plenty of other panels that I really liked. Like like the one where Dave the intern took over the panel,
Oh,
holding Noah and Styx captive.
oh wait, you cut out so bad. What did you say?
The one where Dave took over the panel and held Noah and Styx captive. And in fact,
Oh,
held the entire audience captive.
oh no,
And I,
you sound so robotic on the
Oh
screen.
no.
Oh no, is
It,
Discord being weird
it
at the
might
worst
be
time?
again. Unfortunately, it might be doing that again. It doesn't sound robotic on my end, but if you sound robotic on your end, it could be a Discord issue.
yeah, it
Whoa.
sounds fine on my end.
Okay. Only a matter of time if it does it to me. I will be
Wait,
right back, by the way, Leah.
Chris look like the. Okay, that is super weird. You guys sound so robotic on my end.
Weird. There were also quite a few other panels that I enjoyed, like the one where and Cubot's voice off panel where and Cubot doing all these different impressions and Orbot joined in. But of course, I don't think any panel will ever top the whose line is it anyway panel.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that was basically where it was basically cemented. And at first, it was just like we're trying this out for fun, but that was when it was cemented. Like we're gonna continue doing this. And
mm.
so many memorable moments happened. Like it was my first time interacting with Andrew as Orbot,
Ooh, nice.
and of course the now iconic moment with Silver and Blaze doing that soap opera.
oh my gosh, I remember that.
I also remember it was taking a while for Andrew to get set up as Orbot, switching over from Sonic to Orbot. So I just had Cubot trying to pass the time, like doing an opera solo and stuff like that.
oh my gosh. The that's really cool that you did that.
I was like, thank you, VeggieTales.
Ooh. Okay. Here is my next question for you, MC. What brand of recording equipment do you use to have the best sound quality and which would you recommend?
Currently, I use an SE Electronics microphone with a Focusrite interfacer. And it's
Mm.
been serving me pretty well. I've been using it since like last summer. Before that, I used the Yeti Nano, and it served me very faithfully for like 2 years.
Oh.
Maybe not the best mic in the world, but it's definitely a good one.
Ooh. That's really cool. Ooh. Naze, you good? Okay. I'll probably just ask my next question. Are there any warm ups you do for your voice before you record? If so, what type of warm ups do you do?
It should definitely warm up a lot more when I do some. I often just do like "Wah,"
Mm.
little noises here and there, like and lip trills, and tongue rolls, like. And I also do like the going up and down, like ooh, ooh, and maybe a few grunty noises, like ha, ha, ha.
Ooh.
Help get my voice up to snuff.
Because I know if you do warm ups with your voice, it actually helps, to get,
Absolutely.
because I know a lot of professional voice actors, they do like those types of warm ups, to warm up their voice, especially when they have to go to the studio to record.
Yeah.
So that is definitely very helpful. But that's cool that you do those different types of noises because I know it really helps to. I think it's to from what I remember, I heard professional voice actors say it helps open up, your vocal cords if you do those types of warm ups. If anything, so.
Yeah. I also occasionally, as a joke, like to do that thing that Roger did as Sonic in that one episode of Sonic Boom. He goes, ooh, ooh, la, la, ah.
That scene still makes me laugh to this day. Like he's just so bored waiting
Mhm.
for he's just so bored for waiting for Eggman, and then he just starts doing that.
Yeah, tea, Mrs. Rockbottom? Don't mind if I do, Mr. Boulder.
Like, yeah, that's really that was actually pretty good.
Thanks.
Uh, but here is let's see, is there okay. Okay, there's no questions in the chat. Ooh, okay. Are there any Sonic characters you relate to in terms of their personality?
Hmm. Well, I would love to say Sonic. One character I've often hmm, seen as a lot like me is probably have to be Tails. In fact, I actually got Tails on a few which Sonic character are you personality tests.
Ooh.
Because I guess he's kind of like me, or like he's more the quiet type, quiet, smart type.
Mm.
Yeah,
Very
but
interesting.
I remember Devin Max said he also related to Tails growing up, so
Ooh, nice. Any other characters other than Tails?
hmm, sure, maybe probably Knuckles or something.
Mm. Like in what personality trait like that you can relate to Knuckles?
I mean, like he prefers to be alone, but likes being with others at the same time.
Mm. Gotcha. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. Here's my next question for you, MC. What are some of your favorite voiceover roles you've done so far? It can be like comic dubs or any other voice acting gigs, or it can be anything related to Revo. I'm very curious.
Some of my favorite projects have been like Sonic and the Autobots, where I get voice Eggman, Knuckles, and Ratchet. I've
Ooh.
also, obviously, Revo is another favorite of mine. Getting to voice Cubot, Professor Gerald, and Dave the Intern. and I also got to voice Cubot for the Radio Hero Sonic specials. That was a blast.
Oh.
And also recently, I got hugely blessed to being able to be in Gabaleth's dubs as Wario.
Ooh.
And that was really interesting because shortly after I got cast as Wario, Wooden Plank Studios ended up doing this comic dub series where Wario's the star, acting as Ebenezer Scrooge in a Christmas Carol parody. It was a multi-episode thing, and it was like, I get to voice Wario for a multi-episode comic dub, and I get paid for each line I sing? Awesome!
That's amazing.
It also reminds me of that one time where last year for April Fools on Revo, we had the Mario characters taking over, and I appeared briefly at the very end as Wario coming in to answer questions, only to find out I was too late.
Oh. Oh.
Of course, that was planned, so.
Mm. Get you. That's so cool. Ooh, okay. Here's my next question. What do you think is the most important skill for a voice actor to have?
Practice
Mm.
and an understanding of the character. You may not sound entirely like the character, but if you've got the mannerisms and you've got the what makes the character tick down, that's where you really shine. Like, for example, the current voice of Kermit the Frog sounds nothing like Jim Henson or Steve Whitmire or his previous puppeteer / voice actors. In fact, many people complain that he doesn't sound like Kermit, but he's got the mannerisms down. He becomes the character. He becomes Kermit.
Mm.
And even like with Sonic, a bunch of the current voice actors sound nothing like the original voice actors or any previous voice actors, and yet they got the tone, they got the feel of the character.
Mm. Very interesting. Yeah, like that's something I can definitely agree with. It's like, you can just like you can do the voice, but if you don't have like the personality, what makes them tick, and everything, then you can't really make the character unless if you fully understand, you know, the character's background, if anything. And I do agree with that. Other than
Exactly.
like practicing, it's like, yeah, um, that whenever I hear like professional voice actors talk about, oh, I have to get myself into that headspace of that character, that's really great that you do that, you know. Um and then once you have that formula, then you can easily tap into the character itself, because you have to like you have to like convince whoever's viewing, you know um any media, whether if it's cartoons or video games, you have to make that character come alive through voice.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Ooh, okay. I'm very curious, from your perspective, what makes the Sonic franchise stand out?
And probably the characters and just how cool Sonic is. He- Like, he's had some pretty bad games, pretty bad stuff happened to him over the years, and yet he just keeps standing. He just keeps running, and with
Hmm.
that smile on his face, like, yeah, we messed up, but we'll get it next time.
Hmm.
It's that coolness and optimism, I think, that really makes the series stand out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, like Sonic always has that smile on his face
Mm.
and everything. And
And
another
people often complain of like, yeah, they shouldn't make his lips like this. It's like, come on, it's still his smile.
Oh yeah. I still remember. I think when it came to Frontiers with the scene with the cutscenes with Knuckles, everyone just like, why does Sonic look like he has like those sexy like eyes or something every time he's
Yeah.
looking at Knuckles and everything. So yeah, like you could say Sonic is like he's such a dork, you know, but we all love him for that.
Hmm.
If anything, that's cool. Ooh, okay. Here is my next question for you, MC. Is there any specific dialect you would like to learn?
Very interesting. Hmm. Maybe I'd like to learn a few more or different types of American accent. Like, there isn't just a stereotypical American accent. There's also like New Jersey accent, New York accent, Minnesotan, Californian, and Texan, and Virginian. And maybe I'd like to learn a few more of the nuances of different types of American accents.
Ooh, very interesting. Because I know in some video games and cartoons, there's like characters who have like dialect accents, you know. I know with Roger when he had to voice Ezio, he had like a dialect coach there to teach him how to say it correctly in the dialect that they were going
Hmm.
for Assassin's Creed, and I said, "This is so interesting." So I always love to ask this question because there's a lot of dialects, if
Hmm.
anything. But that's cool. Like which American dialect can you do?
Like I can do pretty good Southern, maybe New York, that type of stuff. Uh,
Mm,
That's kind of waking on my Jersey accent, like this, and a bit of Minnesotan like this. Don't you know? Yeah, I
mm.
like to get a little more into the nuances of that kind of thing.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Like dialects are a great skill to have, you know, in the voice acting industry because
Absolutely.
not all characters are going to sound very American if anything. They're going to sound like you could say like I said, I gave the example of like Roger as Ezio Auditore. Like I heard his background like when he was recording for that, he had a dialect coach because he didn't really know how to pronounce the words, but the dialect coach is kind of like guiding him into saying, "Oh, this is how you actually say the line." And but what about any European dialects? Would you like to learn any European dialects?
Mm, I mean, probably would. I know like the basic ones like British, French, Spanish, and so German, yeah.
Oh,
But I'm pretty sure there are plenty of others that I don't really know. So it would be interesting to kind of learn more of those.
nice. Like because the like globally we have a lot of like languages and dialects now. So
Hmm.
uh, and I believe it's always You have
That's a
pretty
great
good
voice.
memory.
I need to add that to my repertoire.
Ooh, nice. That is very, very interesting. Like, I I think that's what's but I find it interesting that Eggman is like the hard one for you to do. And but like maybe if you can find that like balance that you do for Vector, maybe it won't be as straining when you do Eggman.
Of course, when Eggman just talk normally, it's not that hard. But when you're having him scream like this, that's when it kind of gets hard on the throw.
Mm. Yeah.
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ah, okay, gotcha. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Ah, gotcha. Um, all right, Naze, since you're back, do you have another question for MC?
Yeah, I've got some questions. I don't know what was asked while I was gone, but I'll see what I can come up with here.
Lay it on me.
Sure, man. What's a dream role you actually hope to play in the future if you ever got the chance to?
Ooh.
Like just a dream character. Doesn't have to be Sonic related. It could be anything.
Interesting. I would love to voice more Looney Tunes characters. Like,
Oh,
pretty good Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, all these
really?
characters. But I haven't really been able to voice them for any real projects.
Wow.
Like oftentimes when people say I can hear you do impressions, I hear you do impressions. One of the first things I go is like, "Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits."
Me. What's up, Doc? I'll tell you what's up, Doc. It's weather freezing. Duck season. Weather freezing. Duck season. Weather freezing. Rabbit season. Duck freezing. Fire. You're despicable.
Wow,
That
amazing.
was a very, very good presentation, especially Bugs.
Thanks.
Wow.
I've had people say that it sounds just like Billy West's take. So
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, it does.
that's praise, man. That's praise for sure.
It is.
Looney Tune characters. Yeah, that would be an awesome role to play. I'd have to say that even myself. Wow.
Mm. So it's just like Bugs and Daffy, like your most like that would be like your dream role.
And all the other Looney Tunes characters. Like the first video I actually posted on my first channel before I moved it to my current channel is me singing the Blake Shelton version of Footloose as the Looney Tunes characters.
I
Ooh.
feel like you could do a good Marvin Martian. I don't know why.
Claim this planet in the name of Mars. Oh, isn't that lovely?
Yeah, that's why I thought you could do that. I had a feeling. Just had that eye for it. I was like, yeah, this guy could probably do Marvin Martian effortlessly.
Resistance is futile.
Yeah, that's about what I expected. That's pretty good, man.
Thanks.
That's very interesting that you want to that's like your dream role to be voicing like Looney Tune characters.
I would
Because
also like to do a lot more Disney stuff, like Mickey Mouse and Friends. I would like to do more like Star Wars, Marvel, DC projects.
ooh.
In terms of Disney, I know you do a pretty good Pooh.
Oh, whatever did you hear that?
That's some panel or something. Something about
Yeah.
Disney movies being reenacted by Sonic characters or something. I don't know.
Yeah, imagine that.
Oh my gosh. I think the closest Revo panel, I think it had to be that voice changing one. There was like a voice challenge thing I think they did,
Yeah.
and I think it was like Tails' invention or something that like changes their voice or something.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
Yep. Though my early thing, once I got the role of Cubot, one thing that really helped is that Cubot has the faulty voice chip, so he can change his voice into whatever he wants. So I was able to incorporate that into my performances. And when he did that, one of my early panels was the voice off panel with Qbot, where Qbot did all these different voices using his voice chip.
Mm.
And that was actually how I got the role of Dave the intern, because Dave was one of the characters that someone requested I do. So I did my best Dave impression. And Cashlin and while the panel was still going on, Cashlin then DM'd me going, "You haven't auditioned for Dave because why?" And so I auditioned and
Cashlin.
got the role.
Oh yeah, she usually has a really good eye for that stuff. That was really good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was our original voiceover director before she ended up retiring from it.
Hmm. Yeah. Like it's kind of like I think Cashin just saw that you captured Dave so well. Like you really captured Dave the intern so well.
Is that an insult?
Like it sounds exactly like the way Roger voices Dave. It's just mind-boggling when every time I hear it. I was like, every time I hear it, I just hear Roger. When
That's
every
certainly
time
high praise.
you
Sort of.
um oh, okay. Let me go find my next question. Oh, okay. Which Disney songs would fit the Sonic characters you voice and why?
I'm not sure exactly for Qbot. One thing I've brought up for Dave the intern is I can see him singing the song "Proud of Your Boy" from the Aladdin Broadway musical.
Ooh.
Mainly because it's Aladdin singing the song to his mother, who is deceased in the play, but I can always picture Dave singing that he's wanting to make his mom proud.
Ooh.
I actually pitched doing that as a song cover to you, Leah, a while back.
Oh, right. Of course. I remember now.
I also remember during the Qbot voiceover panel. Oh, Andrew and I at the end did a cover of "You've Got a Friend in Me" as Orbot and Qbot, so I can see it for that.
Ooh.
And as for Professor Gerald, not really sure. Maybe that one song that Marie sings in the live action version of Beauty and the Beast, the "How Does a Moment Last Forever." That's one thing I
Ooh.
can really picture.
Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. Those are some very interesting choices, MC. Ooh, okay. Naze, do you have another question for MC?
Yeah, you can hear me now, right?
Yep,
Yep.
Okay, good. Discord is just my worst enemy right now.
it's okay.
Is there anyone in mind that you'd like to work with in the future, whether professional voice actor or just content creator themselves?
For
Ooh,
my own
great.
videos or voicing for them?
Just in general, just working with them. It doesn't have to be your own video. It could be theirs, yours, either way.
I mean, it would be like a dream role for me to work for like Brilliant Productions or Adrenaline Dubs. I
Oh
got
yeah.
to I got to meet some of the people at Adrenaline Dubs, like Landy, Ryan, Anjo, Noah, Me Tunes. I got to meet them at the expo. It would be an honor to work with them. I got to voice for them as an extra for a few dubs. It'd be awesome to have an actual role with them someday. And as I said, would love to work with like Blina Productions or something. Working with Rui is absolutely incredible. I'm so honored I get to do that. But it would be cool to get to work with the guy that inspired me. And of course, it would be absolutely insane if I got to do stuff for actually do stuff professionally, like and doing stuff working with. It would be an honor to work with like voice actors I grew up with, listening to, and stuff like that. And like James Arnold Taylor and stuff like that. It probably won't happen for in this lifetime, but it would be an honor if I got to do that.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel you.
Very interesting.
As for voice actors that I would love to work with in my own projects, there are a lot. In fact, there are several voice actors that I brought on onto that. In fact, there were several comic dubs that I did just because I wanted to bring a certain voice actor onto the scene.
Oh wow,
Like
that's
like
nice
the,
of you.
like the current like the Champions arc that I'm doing right now. I wanted to do it because I wanted to bring people like Arena, Pixel Rush, Sonic Boom, Hyper Voice Acting, people like that on.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, I still have like a list of people I would love to bring in my voice, bring in my comic dubs. I just don't have a role for them.
I mean, I've got a list as well, so I understand where you're coming from completely.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah, that's really cool. Ooh, okay. Here is my next question for you, MC. What is your favorite Sonic game and why?
Oh, the
Mm.
ultimate question.
And as far as gameplay goes, I really like Sonic Frontiers. It's such a fun game to play. However, overall, as far as overall aspects go, I think my ultimate favorite product to be Sonic and the Black Knight.
Oh wow.
Ooh,
The
cool.
gameplay isn't the best, I'll admit that. I might be adjusted to having played the Wii for so long, but like the voice acting, the story, the music, like the art direction, everything else about it is just absolutely top tier.
That's a different answer that you don't usually hear often there. Black Knight. I enjoyed that game a lot, actually. So I see it getting some more love.
Mm, mm, nice, nice. Naze, do you have another question for MC?
I do. Starting to run out. I didn't come nearly as prepared as you did. But I got a few. Got a few left. Uh so MC, if you had the opportunity, hypothetical speaking, if you had this golden opportunity to voice in any cartoon slash animated series or movie, which one would you want to voice it?
Ooh,
Yeah.
where do I even start? It'd be awesome to work in obviously Sonic stuff, but also like
Mhm.
Disney, Looney Tunes, maybe even Veggie Tales, Star Wars. There's
I
Marvel,
figured Veggie Tales
Batman.
is going to come up.
Mm, It'd be cool to get to have like a cameo in SpongeBob or something like that, but
Yeah, that is like that's peak for me. That would be awesome.
oh
But
yeah.
any one specific show, if you had to narrow it down, really narrow it down to just one, which one?
Hmm.
I know. I'm asking the tough questions. I know.
Maybe like one of the animated Star Wars shows that's out going on now.
Ah,
Ooh.
yes. Very good choice, my friend. Excellent choice. The
Or
force is
maybe like
strong with this one.
or maybe like the reboot that's currently being worked on of Phineas and Ferb.
Ooh, Phineas and Ferb. Oh
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I
yeah,
heard of
Still one of
yeah.
my favorite shows.
I heard about that. Yeah, that's a great show. One of the great cartoons I had the privilege of watching growing up. So yeah, I understand completely, man.
Hmm.
Those are good answers though, especially Star Wars.
Yeah.
I knew there was something extra special about you.
Ooh, okay. I see a question in the chat. I believe this one was already answered. It's from Scott Mac04. What made you want to do voice acting? I believe that was already answered because that was
Yeah. I-
first question.
yes, yeah, that was answered a while ago.
Yes.
I think that was your first question, wasn't it?
Yep,
Hmm.
it was.
Yep.
But it's
Um,
basically watching other voice actors do their thing and being able to imitate different characters just came natural to me.
mm,
It's
yeah.
That's
basically
awesome.
it's the Craigslist version of it.
Mm. Oh, I see another one in the chat by Princess Brienne. What's your first Star Wars movie you watched?
Oh,
Well, I remember seeing like clips of it of different movies, like episodes 5 and 1 when I was little, but I didn't really understand it. The first one that my dad actually sat us down to watch was the first one, episode 4. which is the
Perfect.
definitive first Star Wars movie.
Just Star Wars, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Then we
nice.
saw 5 and 6. Then the Clone Wars is coming out around that time, so we saw that movie. Then the prequels. And then we saw the sequels once they came out.
Nice. It's always good to start with episode 4.
I 100%
Absolutely.
agree with this.
Yep.
Not that there's nothing wrong with starting with the prequels if that's your thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Personally, I do 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Because when you think about it, they made episodes 4 to 6 first before the
Yeah.
prequels, if anything.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember talking to people, it was like, I'm not really into Star Wars. And I was like, which episode did you start with? Episode 1. Ah, yeah, that figures.
At least it wasn't episode 2.
Yeah. Because because most Star Wars fans will say, please watch 4 to 6 because 4 to 6 are actually good.
Anytime anyone's trying, I like the prequels. It's probably
Same
nostalgia,
here.
but I like the prequels. But anytime anyone's trying to get into Star Wars and they ask me, yeah, I know it may seem they're old movies, so for a modern audience, it might not be their thing. But seriously, 4, 5, and 6 is the right way to start.
Yeah. Because in a way you kind of like see the way that I was like, oh yeah, this is Anakin's like children,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, 4, 5. I always think of it as this way: 4, 5, and 6 is the question, and then 1, 2, 3 is the answer to said question.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too. It's like, yeah, like it's kind of like if you didn't watch the prequels, you're kind of like, you can pretty much understand the story, even though it's like the prequels pretty much show you how Anakin became Darth Vader, pretty much,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if anything.
Yeah, that plot twist in episode 5 only hits if you watch it in episode 4 first, if you don't know anything about the prequels.
Yeah.
Correct.
Like it's exactly like you said, Naze. It's like 4, 5, 6
Mhm.
question, 1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
answer. That's perfectly valid. It's like it makes perfect sense because
Yeah.
who's this Anakin person, right?
Exactly.
Like,
There's several questions. What was this Obi-Wan guy like? Who's this Anakin person? What were these Clone Wars like? Well, you get those in the prequel.
Yeah. I think stuff like the Clone Wars and Lego Star Wars have really brought people to see just how good the prequels actually were. It's like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm an
the movies,
original
we just didn't see
trilogy
them yet.
defender. I'm an original trilogy defender to the day I die, but I have to admit, my favorite anything out of Star Wars is the Clone Wars series. Easy.
Mhm. Absolutely.
ooh, nice. Looks like another question from Princess
Ooh.
Anne. What about watching your brother play Star Wars video games? I'm trying to understand the question.
I'm not.
Truth be told, it's
I'm trying
really been in all of been me and my brother is all playing the Lego Star Wars games.
Oh,
That's special.
Yeah. We didn't really play any like normal Star Wars games. It was basically just the Lego games.
Gotcha.
Those are probably
However,
memories you'll never forget, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have heard good things about the normal Star Wars games though, so
They're fun. They're fun. Not as fun as the Lego games, but they're fun.
yeah, agreed.
Ooh, okay. Here is a Star Wars question that I have. Who's your favorite
Uh-oh.
character?
Oh,
Ooh.
Leah! Leah, this
Darth
is a
Vader is
galaxy.
high up there.
Ugh.
Darth Vader is high up there. I also really like Boba Fett.
Ooh.
But my ultimate
Wow.
favorites would probably have to be C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yes!
Yes.
Sorry.
And the fact
Sorry,
that
I went fanboy there.
they have no facial expressions. In fact, R2 is basically just a walking trash can that only talks in beeps and boops. And yet they have so much personality and character.
Yeah.
They are the heart and soul of that franchise.
Absolutely.
Well, in a way, like when you think about it, C3PO is kind of pretty much the translator.
Yeah,
Whenever
that's
they
really
like,
what he is.
Indeed.
it's because especially like C3PO kind of reacts to whatever
Hang on,
R2
one of my brothers just walked in, so.
Oh, okay.
C3PO and R2D2. Yeah, I love those guys. I actually also love the new droid BB-8. I know I get
Yeah.
a lot of flack for that from my Star Wars friends. But I love BB-8.
Yeah, the sequel trilogy was fine. They had there was some mix in thing. Episode 7 was really good. Episode 8,
Yeah.
they kind of deviated, but it had some potential. Episode 9, they just kind of threw off the rails.
9, they
There was
crashed
there
the
was
ship.
yeah. There was no plan. They had no idea what they
Yeah.
were doing, and so overall, it was just a dumpster fire. But BB-8 is still awesome.
uh,
Um, but that's great that you love C3PO and R2D2 because when you think about it, they're pretty much the comedy relief.
yes, especially C3PO.
C3PO human cyber relations, and this is my counterpart R2D2.
In fact, I remember seeing an
love it.
interview with interview with Kirk Thornton, and he said he does Orbot's voice in Sonic Boom, and he's basically C3PO. So
Oh.
I can tell the difference. There's a difference between
Orbot's voice and C3PO's voice.
very
Oh.
subtle, but you can kind of get it.
That's a very good 3PO.
Yeah.
Why, thank you. I have been working on it, Master Naze.
Oh, you flatter me. You flatter me, MC. You flatter me.
Ooh, okay. Okay. What is your favorite non-Sonic game?
The Lego games.
Ooh, the Lego
I had a
game.
feeling that.
Like, is it just
Especially
like,
Lego Star Wars games.
ooh, and like any other of the Lego games, or just Star Wars specifically for Legos?
Like I also enjoyed playing like Lego DC Superheroes 2 and Lego Marvel Superheroes. I really had to play more of the Lego games.
They are all fantastic. They have their highs and lows, but the ones you just mentioned are they're Star Wars, but those other two are favorites of mine.
Yeah, I'm not really much of a gamer. I'm
That's understandable.
more of a content creator, but
Well, yeah.
I do enjoy playing video games occasionally.
I mean, as content creators, there's not much time to play.
Yeah.
Plus, I got a full-time job, and that kind of takes up a lot of time.
Yeah, adulting, responsibilities, boring stuff.
Oh. Ooh, okay. I am very curious. What other Sonic media are your favorites other than the Sonic games?
The Sonic movies are definitely some of my favorites. Also, like
Excellent.
the animated shorts. Sonic Symphony was great.
Ooh, yes.
Recently, I also got a
Sure
bunch of the
was.
Lego Sonic sets. So
Oh, nice.
Lego Sonic cities. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, the movies are great. Like,
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
phenomenal. I know
mhm.
we're all excited for 3.
Oh yes, and the Knuckles series, which since my
Yes.
since my brother Jay works at Walmart, he gets a Paramount Plus subscription for free. So
Hey, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. Nice. I because I know like I know the Knuckles series is coming out like this coming Friday actually.
Oh man,
Yep.
you're right. It is. Oh shoot.
Mhm.
I'm so excited.
I'm very curious to know how this leads into movie 3.
Yes.
Because I feel like it's necessary to watch it,
Oh
because
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to lead into movie 3 if anything.
The ending of this series, I predict, will give us some pathway for the 3rd film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While also hopefully being very entertaining along the way.
Maybe
Yeah.
a little snippet. Maybe a little Let's tease at maybe some certain female Sonic characters that could show up.
I don't know who that could be. Not at
Theory.
all. No idea who those could be. None. Can't think of any female Sonic characters off the top of my head right now. Mine went blank. Darn.
I am very curious, MC. Did you see that preview clip of like with Maddie and then like talking to Sonic and Tails about Knuckles? and
Uh-huh.
and then Knuckles and Ozzy are like on the roof of the house.
Stelia. Stelia.
Like I find that scene very interesting because like um the fact that the fact that Maddie was asking Sonic, when did you get so wise? I was like, this is so interesting. Like we like they kind of show like like they really differentiate movie Sonic from the main game Sonic.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like how in movie 2, you know, by the end of it, he's like, I'm still a kid and I'm still learning. Like he actually admits his
Yes,
faults and stuff, and it's like I like I like this iteration of movie Sonic, if anything, because it's like
it's a great take.
Yep.
yeah, it's like
It
he's well
really
aware,
is.
like he's well aware, he's still young, he's still
Yeah,
learning, you know, and
yeah.
he
I
knows.
like the idea of a Sonic growing and maturing.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's kind of something that they were able to bring to life in the movies, and of course, we're going to see more of that in the Knuckles series. Because when I saw that clip, I was like, "Oh snap! They are really making movie Sonic very different from game Sonic."
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Like, because if you notice in game Sonic, he doesn't really admit his faults. Like everyone else will mention it, if anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that's Sonic for you in the games.
But movie Sonic, he admits that, hey, I made a mistake, you know. So and so like he admits that. So I think, yeah, like the movies are just phenomenal. Like I'm waiting to see how they go all out in the series. For sure.
It's gonna be a fun ride up to that point for sure.
Yeah. Naze, do you have another question for MC?
Yeah, MC. First of all, before I ask this, you a fan of Sonic music?
Oh yes.
Good. So, do you have a favorite track?
Hmm. Definitely a
It
bunch
could
of
be
the tracks
vocal
from
or instrumental. Either one.
definitely a bunch of the tracks from Sonic and the Black Knight,
How did I know?
especially stuff like Night of the Wind and Live Life.
Night of the Wind is something I play in the car anytime I'm just driving down the road and it's a nice day. I don't know why. I always feel obligated to do it.
Whoa!
Yeah, right? That's a good one. That's a good one. So, would your answer be Night of the Wind?
Maybe. I also really like the stuff from Frontiers, Unleashed.
Yeah. Unleash might have the best overall soundtrack Sonic has ever came up with. It's so
Yeah.
versatile.
Even 06 has some banger tracks.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it has a couple good songs. You know, six is a couple.
Yeah, there's
I
a
can't
reason
even say with
why
a straight face.
there's a reason why I mainly use Sonic music tracks in my projects.
Yeah, I can't imagine why though. No idea. It's not like they're some of the best video game music ever made or anything.
Yeah, definitely not.
He's up there, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Had to ask it though, MC. Had to. It's like
Yeah.
a question every Sonic fan has to answer at one point.
Like for sure. I think like with Frontiers especially, it was also versatile because when you're on the different islands, you can hear the different themes, you know,
Yeah,
Yep.
and it makes it
yeah, it's
very
nice and quaint, atmospheric.
it's very mysterious too. Because
It does have a mysterious undertone.
when you know when Sonic, Tails, and Amy get sucked into that wormhole, right? And then
Mhm.
when Sonic escapes cyberspace, he's like, "Whoa, like it has like that mysterious atmosphere, and like the music in that game is just phenomenal.
It
Like
is.
Agreed.
especially
It is.
the boss ones, which
Yeah,
like
I was going to say, you have all this atmospheric, and then your soul just gets shot out of your body when you encounter a boss fight.
Uh-huh. I remember when my brother Jay and I were playing Frontiers for the first time, and we got up to the first boss, Giganto, and got all the Chaos almost turned into Supersonic. Then I'm headed on to the other side. It was just like, what is that wonderful noise?
Undefeated was a great one. Me personally, I like Find Your Flame the most out of the boss themes. That's my personal taste.
oh wait, is that the one that plays when you fight Knight, I think? Right?
Yes, that's the night boss fight theme. Yep, Find Your Flame. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Nice. Yeah, like Frontiers really got me like
It's a great soundtrack.
yeah.
Yeah, the Sonic Symphony exists for a reason.
Yeah. You don't just get a symphony if your music isn't good. You don't just get a symphony for no reason.
Ooh, okay. I actually have a question regarding that, MC.
Uh-oh.
What was your favorite music they performed when you went to the Sonic Symphony in Texas? I'm
What?
very curious.
Well, is my favorite track they played?
Mm-hmm.
Night of the Wind was definitely one. I also got goosebumps when they started playing the intro to His World.
Ooh.
His world is his world. I understand that completely. I mean, there's all great Sonic songs, and Frontiers has done a great job, but his world is on a different level, and I just can't describe. Same with Live and Learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ooh, what about any of the classic tracks? I'm very curious.
Oh yeah, I gotta hear this.
Not really as much into the classic games as some are.
I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm leaving.
I have been
Yep,
playing
I'm
more
leaving.
of them. I've been playing them recently since I got Origins Plus. So will it be heresy if I said Green Hill Zone?
No, it's not heresy to say Green Hill Zone.
I think one of my favorites, like I'm not sure if they did it for your show in Texas, MC, but they did that thing in the classic track with the drowning music, and it like timed perfectly with the footage. They actually did that, and me and my friends, we laughed so hard
I'm
when
not
they
sure if it did, but it sounds hilarious.
oh they did that for the LA one, and we laughed so hard at it. Ooh, okay. Naze, do you have another question?
I think I do. Let me look at my catalog questions real quick, see if anything hasn't been asked yet. Oh, yeah, here's one. If you could spend the day with one and only one Sonic character, who would it be and what would you do?
Ooh, great question.
But only one Sonic character.
Probably Sonic himself.
Which version?
Probably modern version.
So current?
Or maybe
Okay.
movie version.
That one would be a fun one to hang out with.
Yeah.
But what would you do?
Just hang out, chill. Maybe you hit the town, do some stuff.
I say chill doesn't seem like something Sonic's really into doing.
Ooh. Do you know it would actually be cool if you actually hang out with Sonic at the Sonic Speed Cafe?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because they literally sell chili dog. I actually went to the Sonic Speed Cafe like
How was the chili dog?
it was actually pretty good.
Yeah? Nice.
Yeah, like they have like slushies. I think they added like an emerald type of like themed drink now.
Oh.
and stuff. It's green, but I don't know the flavor though. But I've been keeping an eye on their socials for the Sonic Speed Cafe,
Okay.
and they added some stuff. So I was like, hey,
Nice.
let's go. So
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't got to experience that yet.
yeah, cause I know it was like they started it in San Diego during San Diego Comic Con last year. I guess it was just
Ah.
yeah, and I went last year with my friends and we enjoyed it. Like and at times they have the Sonic mascot come out too and you can take photos with the mascot.
Aw.
Yeah.
I hear there's supposed to be one opening in Houston, which is cool, though it's still like 5 hours away from me.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That's far away. Oh,
that
no.
is far away.
Oh,
Texas is a big state.
yeah,
Just a little.
true. That's true. Oh,
Indeed.
okay. Like regarding it, if you were to hypothetically um a try a Sonic Speed Cafe menu item, what would you like to try?
It's been a while since I saw the menu. Probably a chili dog.
Mm.
Smart answer.
Smart answer. Yeah.
I just hope it doesn't have onions.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm not
No
not a fan
onions.
of onions.
Right there
mm,
with you.
I get you. Yeah, the I think the other stuff I tried was like the knuckle sandwich, which was like a chicken sandwich.
It-
Uh,
Yeah, that sounds good.
it's
they had
called a knuckle sandwich.
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, they want to yeah, they literally tried it. It's really good. Like it kind of tastes like something similar if you try Chick-fil-A or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It
Okay.
kind of tastes like Chick-fil-A's like chicken sandwich if anything, but it's pretty good. Um
Is it like a
I
grilled
did
chicken?
recently go.
Right.
I did
Oh,
recently go to my local IHOP where I had the
yeah.
Sonic special going on there.
oh yeah,
Ooh.
the IHOP.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've yet to try it because like my family is not into IHOP. That's the issue. Like,
I don't know where the nearest IHOP for me even is. So
mm,
I
got
want to
you.
try it. Was
Yeah.
it good?
Oh yeah, it was good. We ended up getting the Sonic blueberry pancakes.
Very
Ooh,
nice.
nice. Ooh,
Awesome.
I'm very curious. Here's a question for you, MC. If you were to add a menu item, like what to IHOP, for the Sonic character themed, which character would it be, and what type of dish would it be?
Hmm, very interesting question. I suppose to complete the group they already have, I guess maybe something revolving Rouge.
Ah.
Ooh, what would the dish be?
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, you asked a tough one there. Real tough one. I mean, wow. You're making me hungry. Stop it.
Like, what other breakfast items are there that haven't? Maybe like a French toast or something.
Ooh.
Ooh, a French toast for Rouge. Yeah, because I don't think they have French toast for any of them, right?
No, I don't think they do.
Nope.
Nice
Ooh.
rouge item. I personally would
Something
pick like a
fancy.
spicy item for Blaze. I don't know what
Ooh.
spicy item it'd be, but it would be a
Yeah.
spicy item of some sort for Blaze.
Mm.
I know that they have the Knuckles chicken sandwich there, so it's not all
Chicken
breakfast stuff.
sandwich.
They gotta go with the chicken sandwich for Knuckles. Why am I not
No,
surprised?
Knuckles is my guy. Him and I'd be great friends. I love chicken.
Ooh, but that's very interesting. French toast for Rouge? Ooh. Like
I'd order it.
what would be like would there like what type of toppings would you put on it?
Hmm.
Leah, you're
Something
gonna
sparkly,
make
I
me
guess.
so sparkly.
Like sparkly sprinkles or something like that.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Sparkly sprinkles. Ooh.
I could see it. I could see
I
it.
think there are like special types of sprinkles that kind of look like jewels or something like that, like pearls.
Oh, that's
Ooh, yeah, that's
perfect.
perfect. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Very interesting. Because every
It's
time I see
anything
it,
exquisite. And for someone like Rouge's high caliber.
hmm,
Yeah, agreed.
that makes sense. Oh, I see a question in the chat from
Awesome.
it's not ultimate voice actor, it just says ultimate. Everyone, well, basically to you, MC, what is your favorite Eggman design?
Modern.
Ooh,
Oh, modern.
Modern, no question.
modern. Interesting.
Nice.
You and I have differing opinions there, then for sure.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
a
know,
sucker for classic.
Yeah, the classic version never really kind of gelled for me, but the modern one is one I really gel with. Close second of the movie Robotnik version.
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah.
can't wait to see what he looks like in the third movie. I really cannot. wait.
Yeah.
Because you gotta admit, the movie like design, like Jim
Yes.
Carrey just slays it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
specifically movie 2.
Ooh, movie too, yeah.
Yeah, Jim Carrey nails it. He just does. There's nobody else who'd be able to play that role for that movie. There's no
Papa's got a brand new stash. Ha!
Like this is the same dude who literally played the live action Grinch,
Yeah.
Mhm.
if anything. And that says a lot. And of course the mask.
Of course. Of course. I really.
Stan. I don't know if you ever saw the video how Sonic the Hedgehog should have ended. Talk about the guys of how it should have ended. Ends up
Yes.
being a bunch of Sonic's friends just coming out of rain portals. He has no idea who they are. And Jim Carrey and Robotnik brings out a bunch of robots based off Jim Carrey's other characters like the Riddler, the Mask, Ace Ventura, the Grinch, and stuff like that. And the Sonic characters just beat the snot out of them.
Oh. Oh. Okay, I see another question in the chat by Silver18. To MC Voices, I love your Sonic and Antoine voice. How do you do that?
My Sonic what voice?
Sonic and Antoine.
Oh, Antoine. Yeah, Antoine's a fun character to do. I don't get to voice him that often. And because I have Jeremy to voice him in my projects, but basically, he's just a stereotypical French guy. He's very haughty and yet very high up. And he's also a bit of a coward, no? But he does get braver as time goes on. And another thing that helps me is that remembering that he's voiced by Rob Paulson. And he's one
Yeah.
of my voice acting heroes. And he actually basically used the same voice for other characters, like this character Zafrank from the old Playhouse Disney show short series Tasty Time with Zafrank, which is something I grew up with. And also in the movie Mickey, Donald, Goofy, the Three Musketeers, he played the narrator, this turtle guy, and he had basically the same voice for that as well.
Oh, nice.
I know Antoine's kind of annoying in Sad AM, but I don't know. Something about Rob Paulson's performance just keeps drawing me into him.
Rob Paulson has that effect.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, okay. From another question from Princess Brienne. Ooh, so they're asking what for the IHOP, what would Blaze the Cat breakfast dish be?
Hmm. Maybe something a little more elegant. Maybe something flame related, something spice related, as Naze had said.
Yeah, I just don't know what item because they have a good variety from what I've seen on the menu.
because
Yeah.
yeah, it's very tough because it's like you literally have to make it themed towards a flame princess.
Yeah.
And it's like a breakfast dish. Hmm. I was
Maybe we
like,
could just cheat out since she's a cat and say spicy fish.
Well, fish can be a breakfast item.
that's
Spicy
true.
fish fingers.
What type of fish?
Oh, wait, fish fingers like fish sticks? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
fish sticks.
Fish
Oh
sticks.
my goodness, that'd be great. Yeah,
Spicy
yeah. Maybe they shouldn't just do breakfast. Maybe they should just do all day.
all
Of
day.
course, I don't think Blaze would be very thrilled of her meal choice being fish sticks.
Spice tilapia. How about that?
Spicy.
It sounds fancy. It sounds regal. Perfect.
I mean,
Why would you? Why would you go to a stereotype like that?
I mean, have you seen Shadow's Eye?
maybe since she's a princess, she wouldn't go for that kind of stuff.
Fair enough.
I see another question in the chat
Tough question.
by Ultimate MC. Thoughts on the MMZTTS headcanon for Metal Sonic?
I have no idea what that is.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I can't help out either.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused by this question. I'm like, what?
I just heard you say a bunch of letters. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it just says thoughts on the MMZTTS headcanon for Metal.
MNZTTS.
I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
I'm sorry, we don't know what
Me
you're
neither.
talking about. Ooh, okay. I actually have another question regarding the Sonic Symphony. You know how they sell merchandise? If you were part of the merchandise team, what type of merchandise would you actually suggest and have them make to sell?
Oh, that's a great question.
Maybe vinyl albums or something like that.
Ooh, vinyl
Yes.
albums.
Yeah, based off
Yeah.
the recordings.
Ooh.
Maybe like the original Sonic Symphony soundtrack, the one that was played on YouTube and everything, and on Spotify and iTunes.
Ooh.
Nice answer. Vinyls are cool, man. I love vinyls.
Yeah.
I don't own any, but I know a bunch of people would go for that.
Yeah, I think that would be a great merchandise suggestion, because
Yeah.
that probably sell out if anything, because
Yeah.
people who have been attending the Sonic Symphony in, the shows and stuff, everyone just loves the music they've been performing. It's like, what better way is to like sell that in vinyl and stuff. So
Yeah, that would be awesome.
yeah. Because I know when I look at it, it's so limiting. And I'm like, how? And then when you look at Japan, they get like acrylic stands. And I'm like, how come we don't get that stuff,
Well, yeah, you know.
if anything? Ooh.
Can't vinyls come in different colors too?
Yeah, I believe
Make them look
so.
like a golden ring.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. I would own one of those just for that. I want this to happen now. See what we've done?
Yeah. Because I
You're
actually
welcome.
I actually bought the T-shirt. T-shirt's great quality. I bought the one with all the characters on it because with Sonic by himself, it just feels weird. Like
He's all alone.
Like they have a version, they have a T-shirt variation with just Sonic on it, and I'm just like, this is
Nobody
weird.
else came to the party.
It's just weird when I look at it. I'm like,
Yeah, I would. I'm with you. I would definitely get the shirt if I was getting one that had all the characters on it.
But it's Sonic's useless friends.
ooh, this is an interesting question from Silver18. To MC, what are you going to be for this year on Halloween? For me, I'm
Ooh.
going to be Torhu Honda from Fruits Basket but in school uniform, classic one.
Nice costume.
Interesting.
First of all.
I personally don't celebrate Halloween, but it would be cool to like dress up as Batman or something like that.
Ooh, Batman. Very interesting.
Nice. Always good to know what you're going to be for Halloween. I am first. I've got myself a Stetson hat on the way. Purple clothes. I'm going to try to be a certain Perpoa.
Ooh.
Very interesting.
Don't know who that could be.
But
No clue.
But which color variation? Because Batman has like black,
Ah,
grayish,
Leah, why?
and then he has like the blue variant. I'm very curious which Batman version.
Ah, Leah,
Maybe-
why?
Maybe the Keaton design.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
very interesting.
Maybe because it looks most like Lego Batman.
Gotcha.
How about just go as Lego Batman? That'd be cool.
Ooh, Lego Batman, yeah.
Kind of hard to pull off, but yeah.
I've seen Lego suits, like a legit Lego Halloween costume. So maybe it's possible. I don't know.
Yeah, I've actually seen that too. So it could be a possibility.
Right?
But
Yeah,
I
that'd
think,
be
but I
awesome.
think dressed up in as an actual Batman suit would be cooler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Because otherwise you'd be blocky, you know? Because of the way
Yeah.
the Lego template of like the characters are. So
Uh-huh.
I totally
Yeah.
get it.
Small walkways would be your worst enemy.
Yeah. But
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Sure, we'll go in the alleyway.
but that's really cool. Very interesting answer that you want to be Batman, if you were like like the thing is you can't go wrong with Batman. Like Batman is very iconic at this point.
Oh, no question.
Very, very. Ooh. I'm very curious. From from any of the Sonic IDW comic artists, which one of their art styles catches your attention or catches your eye every time you see like the different like covers or panels in the comic for IDW?
Interesting question. I've always
Very.
like Tracy Yardley's art and Evan Stanley's art and stuff like that. Although I really like the art style that's come out of the more recent issues where like issues like 58 and 60 and stuff like that, where everything is a lot more cartoony and dynamic. And like that one person who like the one he drew Blaze with that big mouth.
Oh.
I mean, it's a lot more dynamic and a bit more cartoony. And that's kind of my cup of tea.
Nice. Naze, do you have any more questions for MC?
Yeah, I've got one left out of my catalog here, so I've almost been maxed out. So MC, if you could, you don't have to live, you could just vacation if you want to, at any Sonic world, zone, area that's in the Sonic universe, not movies, cheating. where would it be?
Ooh.
Maybe either like Station Square or maybe Soliana.
Oh,
Ooh.
Soliana would be nice and peaceful. Yeah.
Mhm.
Assuming
maybe
the
one of
events in
those-
06 aren't happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Or maybe one
Then-
of the
then
like
no.
worlds that, maybe like one of the places in Unleashed.
Surprised you didn't pick a Black Knight area. Really am.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool, as well.
Well, you can just vacation. You don't have to live there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the other ones that I mentioned would be like, I think it would be a lot cooler to explore.
Any place in Unleashed, that would be interesting. Although to get that to happen, the circumstances would be very drastic. I don't know if we want. I don't know if that's a good idea, just for MC to visit Chennai.
I've always wanted to try that ice cream in Unleashed, man. That ice cream.
Yes.
Chocolate
Yes.
Sunday Supreme.
Yes, the chocolate sundae supreme, absolutely.
Like it looks so delicious, like the way it's like designed. When you look at it, it's like I want to eat.
Well, there you go. There's an item they should add at the Sonic Cafe right there.
I know, right?
Oh yeah.
How
Right there.
why
Perfect idea.
why isn't it? They haven't added that. Is beyond me at this
I don't
point.
know. They need to need to add it. Make it happen.
Yes.
That ice cream looks very good. I'm just like, wow.
Oh yeah.
Like like when you see like the Pocky
Oh,
snack thing in there, I'm like, oh gosh, it's
Mm.
like,
there you go again, Liam, making me hungry.
oh my god.
I would love to try that sometime. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh
Another
yeah.
question from Silver 18. Which Sonic character villain is, well, I'm not gonna swear because they say more bad beat. You know, I'm sorry,
Language.
I don't swear in
Language.
my live stream. So I have to say bad and then beat. And
Mhm.
the choices are A Mephiles, B Infinite, or C Scourge.
Hmm. Ooh. Maybe Mephiles.
He's
Ooh.
just pure evil.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like when like when
Well, really, Mephiles is more shows up your spine, whereas Infinite just looks a lot more awesome.
Mhm. Yeah. Like you could say with Mephiles, the music accompanied with his ability.
Ugh,
It's like
Yes.
still they're just like, ooh. You're
it's
like,
so unsettling.
yeah, exactly. It's like when you first see his introduction, you're just like, no, no. I was like, why does this sound like it's something from a horror movie?
Yeah, it makes your skin
Uh-huh.
crawl.
Like,
Yeah, I remember when I finally started watching all the cutscenes of '06. It was just like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
like it's so unsettling with him around. It's like every
Uh-huh.
time he appeared on screen, I was like, I can see why Sonic fans love Mephiles because he gives you
Oh
that
yeah.
unsettling feeling, like what a villain is supposed to give you.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, for
like,
God's sake, he kills the main character.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
like,
That's as unsettling as it gets for a Sonic game.
mm-hmm, like, um, yeah, like I'll agree with you, MC. Yeah, Mephiles. Like when I first saw that dude, I'm like, dude, you're
Oh,
giving me weird, creepy vibes. Like
yeah.
when you think about it, he gives me like Sephiroth vibe, if anything.
Oh, why? Why?
Of, co- of
Like,
Yeah, he
course, when I
does.
was watching the cutscenes of '06, I was watching the thing that combined all three stories into one video, into one cohesive movie. So his introduction in Silver Story came first. So it was like, why does Shadow look and sound like that?
Yeah.
you're like, this is not the Shadow I'm used to, and they're like, oh, this
Shadow.
is
Shadow, why?
like,
What happened to your mouth?
Hmm.
Yeah,
yeah,
Mephiles is unsettling. Dan Green does a great job at that.
yeah,
Oh yes.
yeah. Like especially that laugh
Oh,
right after he kills Sonic. It's like he nailed it
yeah.
so great in that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Mephiles.
Oh, how ironic fate can be.
hmm like, yeah, meanwhile with Scourge, it's more like he's just like an alternate universe Sonic, so it's like, and he's green.
Uh-huh.
He
Like,
is.
Uh-huh.
so
Yeah,
it's like,
one of the cool things about him is that he tries to be epic, but at the end of the day, he's a loser and a bully, which makes him a lot more compelling.
Yeah,
mm,
yeah. He could be a
yeah.
bit more of a relatable character than Mephiles or Infinite for sure.
Uh-huh. A guy who
Oh,
tries to be evil, he tries to be superior, he tries so hard, and yet at the end of the day, all he is a bully,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
and he knows it.
mm-hmm. Like meanwhile with Mephiles, it's like he doesn't really self. Like it's just his manipulation in the story in '06. That's how you know. That's how you make a great villain.
Yeah.
Like he he knows that like okay, in order to release my other half, that's pretty much what Iblis was.
Yep.
Because they were both split, from each other. So he's like, okay, I just need to make her cry.
Yeah. Actually, her
Eventually.
to cry. That's easy.
Many people are saying how convoluted his whole plan is, but actually that just makes him even more of a threat.
Yes.
Because he wanted to go through, because he didn't just want the easy way out. He wanted to cause the most pain and devastation as he possibly
Yep.
could.
Mhm.
He wanted everyone to suffer.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I would say Mephiles is like Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Because
Yeah, I see it. I never thought of that till you said it, but I see it big time.
like both of them manipulate. They manipulate the main character, if anything. Like
Yep.
with Mephiles trying to manipulate Silver to kill Sonic for him, but then he's like, okay, I'm gonna have to, um, you know, because manipulation is a very great way to make a great villain, and
It is.
and Mephiles just embodies that because, like, remember, he works from the shadows. He doesn't just approach Sonic like, like Eggman does.
Exactly.
And the fact,
However,
oh
he's
wait,
no pushover.
yeah,
He
exactly,
has powers and abilities. It takes Shadow breaking his rings off to
yeah.
really just take care of business.
Yeah, because remember, like Shadow realizes, like, oh, yeah, like Mephiles has proven himself,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
he doesn't have to be like Scourge, trying to prove himself. It's like no, because he is an entity, pretty much a god, you know,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
he's threatening.
yeah,
And
so
Infinite's kind of a middle ground between the two, because
mhm.
he also is very powerful, very manipulative, and is very able to do all this sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, he's also weak. I
I knew you.
am not weak.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew it.
Mm.
06 gets a lot of flack, but one of the best things come out of it was Mephiles as the villain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like Mephiles was like you could say Mephiles is like the best written villain.
I think he is.
like
Uh-huh.
I love villains that manipulate because manipulation is a really good tactic for villains, And of course, you can see he tried to manipulate Shadow to join him, and but Shadow not having it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
don't try to manipulate that one. He's been there, done that.
Exactly. Oh, okay.
Kind of
Okay.
hoping he returns in Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Oh, yeah. I
Oh
know
yeah,
people
so
been
do I.
theorizing about that. Oh, okay. Okay, so Silver18 has another question. What do you think about the awkward shipping between Sonic X Surge?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that is
not,
a thing, isn't it?
not really my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but it just
I get it.
doesn't work.
Like maybe it just feels forced, if
Yeah.
anything.
Uh-huh.
like,
I see where they're
And
coming from and where they get it.
mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day, it'd still be kind of toxic because
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Surge would go from trying to destroy Sonic to basically worshiping him,
Yeah.
and that is kind of toxic. And don't even get me started on Surge X Amy.
Oh,
Why did you have to say something? You could have left it at that, MC. You could have just left it alone, but yeah. Open a can of worms, I see.
totally understandable. Oh, here's one from Angie. Hi, Angie.
Oh,
Hey,
Um,
Angie.
Angie.
which Sonic character is your favorite to do? I guess in terms of voicing. So.
Ooh.
Mm, Sonic is definitely a favorite. The two of my other favorites probably have to be Vector and Cubot.
Mm.
Yeah, you do a great Vector and
Yeah.
Cubot.
Yeah, there's a reason why I don't have anyone else voice them in my projects.
Mm.
No, this is mine.
Mhm.
I get it.
Oh my gosh, Doom. I see what you put there. It's like MC, you like jazz?
Sort of.
Oh, that's okay.
It's Doom. What do you expect?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Hey, Gabby.
Ooh, okay. I'm very curious, MC. When you do your Qbot voice, is it highly inspired from Wally Wingert's voice for Qbot?
Oh yeah, basically trying to do a one-on-one impression of it.
Mm, nice. I actually had the pleasure of meeting Wally Wingert. Um,
Mhm.
I met him like twice, and and he's a pretty chill dude to if anything. So, but yeah, that's
So weird that he also voiced John Arbuck on the Garfield show and the Riddler in Arkham games.
yeah, that dude has range.
Yeah.
If
A
anything.
slow cooker is truly one of life's most poetic small kitchen appliances.
Oh, oh, that's that's like every time I hear your Qbot voice, it's just perfection.
Yeah, it puts a smile
Thanks.
to my face every time.
Like it's like every time I hear it, I just hear well Qbot as well. So
You do a lot of good voices, but that's
I
definitely my favorite one you do.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing his voice before I started voice acting for the Sonic fan base
mm.
because it's just such a fun voice to do.
Yeah, like for sure.
One of my favorite lines is like, "Hey, you told me you forgot the Wi-Fi password. Were you also lying when you said cartoons would rot our head? Think boxes."
Oh. Ooh, okay. Here is my next question for you, MC. Do you have any like remedies to heal your voice after a grueling like recording session? Like say for example, you have to do like screaming a lot because I know there's like professional voice actors who do that, but then they have to do something, they have to do some like remedies. Like, do you have any remedies?
Like I remember one time where I voiced Vector for that one animation that Rui did, where it's like, "It's my head!" I had to scream as Vector for a while, and it kind of got on my throat. I ended up taking a lozenge, and my throat felt better after that. But
Mm.
yeah,
Paul?
oftentimes it comes down to drinking lots of water and getting some rest afterwards.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
also recommend tea,
Yeah.
warm tea.
Yeah, I actually heard tea actually helps with that too.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
nice. Nice. I'm not sure I understand this question, Silver 18, but
Oh.
to, to MC Voices, why do you sound like Kermit the Frog?
What?
What?
I remember when I first came onto the scene as Cubot and Revo, people started saying Cubot sounds like Kermit. Hey ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Yeah, I'm sure you could do a Kermit. Yep.
It's the Muppet Show.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you do a really good Kermit. Wow.
Yeah. Like it sounds exactly like Andrew's Kermit.
Yeah, he does a
Okay,
spot
that's
on
perfect.
Kermit.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's see. Let me go find the question. Where is it? Ooh, okay. Do. Ooh, I'm very curious about your, like when you dub like artists like comic dubs, how like what draws you in to like or motivates you to like actually dub over their comics?
I mean, like, can I see this being dubbed? Or would I like to record this, or would I like to see the other voice actors in my server? would I like to see them record this?
Mm.
And if it's a yes, I often think about it and it's like, okay, I'll ask the artist. And for any aspiring comic dubbers out there, always ask the artist first.
Mm-hmm.
Very important.
Absolutely.
Very true.
If it's something from like Archie or IDW, that's basically free reign. Just go for it. But if it's from a fan, make sure you ask permission first.
Please do. That's very important because I've seen some artists, they get very angry if you dub over their comics without asking them first.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of courtesy and respect because they work so hard on those comics, those fan comics. So please ask them first. That's the most important thing.
It
Yeah,
really
there's
is.
one comic dubber that I've seen that they have like over 100,000 subscribers on their channel and they get tons of views. And yet, as far as I've seen, they don't ask permission first. And it drives me nuts.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, very.
If I said their name, you'd probably recognize them right off the bat.
Mm.
I'm not going to do it right now. But...
Very respectful for you not name dropping. I can respect that.
Ooh, okay. Here's another question from Angie. What is your favorite comic dub that you've done on your channel? Oh, that's like picking.
Oh, it's like asking what's my favorite kid.
Why? Don't ask that. We're gonna be here forever. It's hard to pick one.
Yeah. Some of my favorites include like the I See the Light dub that I did. My Gal was another great one. Obviously the Unexpected Test Subjects dubs. Also like some of the Archie dubs, like the Sonic Boom one. That was a fun one to do. And the IDW 51, that was really tough, but so rewarding. Yeah, it's hard to choose.
Ooh, I love the My Gal one you did. That one was like one of my favorite from eBay. Like,
yeah.
When I saw you dub it, I immediately I'm like, I need to watch this. I love this comic that eBay did.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that she returned for after so long, and that she was finally continuing that comic. So I was like, should I ask? Should I just go for it? And then finally just went ahead and went for it, and much to my pleasant surprise, she said yes.
Nice.
Never hurts to ask.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask. That's really cool. Yeah, I also love the unexpected test subjects one. That one made me laugh so hard.
Yeah.
Especially when you added the chipmunk thing to the comic because he turned into a squirrel.
Yeah. I was shocked that nobody else had thought of it first. It's when I saw other people's dubbing of it, and I was like, why aren't their voices high pitched? That should be common. I was surprised that the artists didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
And Joanna and Andrew both expressed as like, hey, they were both very surprised when I did that. I actually got it from Gabby because earlier she had done a dub where Sonic and Amy accidentally turned into rabbits after Amy's magic trick, and she had pitched their voices up. And so I just ran with the idea and made the voices even higher. And when I did Unexpected Test Subjects.
Oh, but that was really clever because I was like, hey, at least you did it first, you know. You came up with the idea of making Sonic's voice, like their voice is high pitch, which makes perfect sense because they turn into animals.
Yeah, and that one comic dubber that I mentioned earlier has also been dubbing it, and it just drives me nuts when I see them doing it. Especially since I asked Joanne and Andrew, and I know they didn't ask permission from them, and yet they're getting so many views from it. Drives me nuts.
I get you. Yeah, but unfortunately, we will have to end this Q&A. This was so much fun to do with you, MC. And And of course, I also appreciate you, Nays, for co-hosting
Oh,
this Q&A with me.
yeah, absolutely. This was a blast. I had a lot of fun. I was looking forward to this since it was announced and I got brought on.
Yeah.
MC, you are an amazing, talented person, man. You really are.
Thanks, Nays.
Yeah.
And just so you know, that list of voice actors I would love to bring on my dubs, you're on that list.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Why do you have to wait to say it at the end, man? Ah,
Anyway, before we close out, I just wanted a few things to say.
Yep.
If you're
sure.
listening to this, you may be going through a hard day. I mean, life's going nuts. It can get messy sometimes, and things can really bring you down. Just don't give up. Just keep going. Don't let anything stand in your way. Always get back up, and know that you have someone who's always is willing to stand by you, always willing to help pick you up, and will love you no matter what. Just
Oh,
always remember
Oh,
that.
that's very sweet. That's very sweet.
And I also wanted to give a shout out to my amazing voice actors on my projects. Just wanted to name them each one by one. Just as a huge thank you for sticking with me all these years. There's like obviously first my brother Jay Clemens, also Cash on Snow, the ultimate voice actor, Coliosis, Thea Salone, Bleeny, Sorty 40, Hallelujah, Treble Storm, Elmer Louise, Gabby Doom, Diet Dr. Kelp, Yoshi Tales 13, A Blue Moon 88, Multi Fandom Fangirl, Ocean Amethyst, Tony VA, Rio Dice, Shad Amy Lover 95, The Pop Culture Dude, Andrew HVA, Coffee Dubs, Angie, Octazuka, True Blue, Bulma Bunny, still amazed I managed to get her on a project, Angry Zeddy, Coincidence, Mr. JPEG, Chris Dolly, Edward Saba VA, Sonicify, Chris Heim VA, Mr. Robert, K Blue Tunes, Arena Rooney, Hyper Voice Acting, Pixel Rush, Sonic Boone, and uh, Artsy Noelle. I also wanted to give a little shout out to on Jeremy Dub too, if I haven't mentioned him. Yeah, Jeremy Dub too. I also wanted to give a shout out to voice actors who haven't shown up just yet, but are scheduled to. Like they've recorded lines for upcoming projects. So you're hearing it here first. I want to give a shout out to Blue Bolt VA, JC King 11, Umber the Wolf, Zilla K, Alyssa Morellis, Scimitar VOs, and Pinky. I want to thank you all for coming on being in my projects. I look forward to working with all you some more. And I also want to thank you, Naze, for doing this with me, and especially want to thank you, Leah, for bringing me on.
Oh, of course. Like
Absolutely.
I've been wanting to do a Q&A with you because your stuff is phenomenal. I've been wanting to
And
do
also want to shout out to everyone who's been watching my videos for all this time. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be here without you. You're awesome. Keep going.
Aw.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so and do not worry, I am still in the works for for scheduling the next Sonic lore with Radar. I'm still discussing with Radar for what the next Sonic lore we will be discussing. And of course, for the Lucky Charm podcast, I'm still in the talks with G, aka the Cartoon Hotspot, on that too. And also stay tuned for upcoming song cover because the most recent one was I'm With You, sung by Glitch Kitten, who sang as Sage. So be sure you listen to that one. And
Absolutely beautiful. Just saying.
so be sure to tune in. Hopefully I'll be able to have a next Q&A announced soon. So stay tuned, everyone. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. So may you all have a wonderful day and have a great this coming week. Bye, everyone.